Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Starbuck. I teach in the Master's in Theology and Leadership at Gonzaga University, and I'd like to use this moment to talk with you about the world in front of the text. It is almost Christmas. We are in the season of Advent, and many of us, especially on the second Sunday of Advent, would have heard the text from Isaiah 11, 1 through 10, that starts with a shoot shall come out of the stump of Jesse and ends with this idea of the lion lying down with the lamb and a little child leading them. And we all associate that with who? With Jesus. And sometimes our students are surprised to find that that is never used in the New Testament for Jesus. So the question is, why do we think about that text, that particular text from Isaiah, with Jesus, Christmas, and the birth of Jesus? And actually, it's not until about 100 or 150 years after Jesus died and was buried and resurrected that someone even made that connection in the first place. And then in the 7th century AD, it became part of the Advent liturgy. But the Apostle Paul does mention this passage, but the way that he mentions it is he doesn't read it all the way through the way that we do. He interprets it through a moral vision of who Jesus is. In other words, it's not that Isaiah 11 reads or predicts Jesus, but Jesus in his full manifestation helps us understand, or at least the Apostle Paul, how that text should be read. That's an example of the world in front of the text, and I hope that it adds some intrigue, interest, and blessing for your Christmas.